Hello, welcome to Astro Podcast. This is Jody Sharami in Studio Cloud 9. I hope everyone is doing well. Happy Valentine's Day, a little late. Today's Friday, and we are here for our weekly astrology report from February 16th through the 23rd. Astro Podcast is filmed on Studio Cloud 9. Welcome, and thank you for being here. So the big news today that we talked about a little bit last week is that Venus is moving into Aquarius today to join Mars, the Sun, and Mercury. So remember we talked about this last week. When Venus is in Aquarius, it is an aloof type of love. It is a love of friendship, of companionship, but not so much of a ton of emotional um, situations, let's say. It's not that they're not emotional, it's that it's not their favorite thing to do is talk about emotions. So Venus here would be very a friendly love, a love that's equal, that is honorable and true. Aquarius is a fixed sign, so once they decide on something, they usually don't back out of that. Like all fixed signs, it's very difficult to move fixed signs, which are Leo, the opposite of Aquarius. Very difficult to move us. And then Taurus and Scorpio is the other one. And as you know right now, Aquarius's ruler, Uranus, its newly elected ruler, Uranus, is in Taurus, which is a fixed earth sign. So there's been a lot of earthquakes and mudslides. Venus tomorrow will be moving through the portal of Pluto. As it goes through that area, we will be concerned with our inner values changing, becoming more innovative. Our thinking, our values will be more of a detached thing. Like it's not going to be emotional to release things that we no longer need. So use this Venus time to emotionally detach from things that you know are no longer good for you, like eating too much ice cream at night or having a glass of wine every night or whatever it is you think is no longer good, you've been thinking about getting rid of. Do that with Venus going through this portal. And every time Venus comes back through Aquarius again, it will also meet up with Pluto because Pluto will be there for 20 years. As it moves through the portal, Venus, I believe on the 22nd, will run into Mars, or the 20th. They're going to meet up and hang out. They're going to be pretty close to each other this whole week, but they're actually going to be together on the 20th, and they're going to be together to the 24th. So it's a nice little meetup for them. They haven't met up in a while. And Mars is helping that happen because he's got a lot of energy right now from the sun still when he moved in here. And then on Sunday, the sun leaves Aquarius and goes into Pisces. And that will be a big, big shift of energy because Pisces is a mutable water sign. And it is the last sign of the zodiac. So really with Venus and Mars meeting up, it's preparing us as the sun is now in Pisces when they meet up. Venus and Mars are preparing us to cleanse our values and our actions in an emotionally detached way, while the sun is in Pisces. So we're going to be manifesting these things that we want after we've gone through the Pluto portal. We are cleansing ourselves and directing our energy and our intention towards what it is that we feel we need for our lives, our daily or outer, every type of thing that's going on for us. And the collective will also be thinking about this in terms of what kind of country and government do I want to live in? Do I want this constant bickering between the politicians? Do we want politicians to have so much power they can start a war and then they don't stop the war even after people say, you're doing the wrong thing. Can't you see? So there's been too many dictatorships, too many power hungry struggles going on since all the revolutions, all the fighting that's been going on for the past hundreds and thousands of years, that in order to go into the Aquarius season, where we're at age of Aquarius, we have to learn to get along. There will always be disagreements, but it doesn't have to turn into a war or a world war, right? And I was shocked the other day to hear that it's been 2 years of Ukraine in the war, and it's just too much. And now the Gaza Strip, that's too much. And I feel for the hostages, all of them. I hope they get home safe to their family. But to hide behind the hostages in thinking that it's okay to murder so many people in the Gaza, that it's not a balanced type of value, type of higher thinking for humanity, that is what we're trying to discharge as we head into the future. Um, so these are dilemmas that we'll be facing for the next 20 years. And on Sunday, February 18th, the sun moves out of Aquarius and into Pisces. And Pisces is the age we're moving away from, where we could be easily fooled and not have the motivation or energy to fight for what we want, because we're spiritual, and we don't want to cause trouble being spiritual people. But sometimes, as the Aquarius season will show us, is that we have to come together as a group to fight for what we want. The group is more powerful than the individual. Although Aquarius tend to be lone wolves, this is the time they can shine, is coming together in a group and understanding that we need each other to survive when horrific things are happening in the world. We need to come together and stop that from happening, because we do care about the future, for children, for the earth, for all the animals, for the air that we breathe, for the water that we drink. There's so many things that are out of balance that we have to come together. And next week, when Venus and Mars meet each other on the 22nd and travel together for those amount of days, we'll start to feel that we have more personal power. With the stellium still in Aquarius, even after the sun leaves and goes into Pisces, we're still going to be thinking. Mercury's in Aquarius still. Thinking, wanting. Venus will be in Aquarius. And desiring, Mars will be in Aquarius. These three personal planets will still be in Aquarius. So the way we think, relate, and act will still be aloof and a fixed air sign, where we don't really want to change. It's very hard for fixed signs to change and start to move, right? So it's still going to be there for a couple more weeks, this thought, this idea that it'll be okay if we personally change and move, or get out of our stagnant situation. Or as the tarot card of the hangman, if you see the hangman is hanging there by himself. He did it to himself. The hangman can release himself anytime he wants with that rope. So if you get the hangman reverse, where he is standing up, it means that you have realized that you kept yourself prisoner through your mind, through your habits, through your whatever it is that doesn't want to change. And you are the master of your destiny. So that's what's happening here with these planets. They're trying to say to you, you are the master of your destiny. What you think goes towards that energy. Where you focus, that energy goes. So focus right now is very important. That clarity, we need that clarity, right? So with Pisces going into action here for the next month, starting Sunday, we're going to be more empathetic. We're going to be more emotional. It's a mutable sign. We're going to go with the flow. And it's a good time to not really have too much happening. It's a good time to reflect as it ends. It's the last decan of the winter solstice. So the winter is almost over. So this is a good time to chill out. A lot of people like to go on vacation here near the water because Pisces is the ocean, the deep, deep ocean of our emotions. So it's a good time to rest with the personal planets in Aquarius, helping us to think new things innovatively in a detached manner where we aren't emotionally attached to our thoughts, our values, and our actions. We're more technical about it, more efficient with all those things, and detached. It will help us internally to sift through these things that we need to change in order to love ourselves more and get ourselves motivated and get ourselves going and understand that life is an ever changing circle that keeps spinning like a tire. The wheel of life is ongoing always. So now it is moving at a fast pace. The energy's there, and we've been waiting for this. Now we can start to think about how to implement whatever it is we've been wanting to do. And with Jupiter and Uranus and Taurus, most likely it has to do with something material, like a house, moving or selling a house, moving where you live, having something to do with maybe buying land, something that is has to do with Taurus energy, which is a fixed earth sign. Another sign that doesn't like to really let go and move around too much. It's the rock that sits there. And, unless the rock falls down the mountain or whatever, it doesn't crack or break. Right. So, right now, the earth is moving and shifting and making those rocks fall. If you've seen, there's been a lot of rock slides in California with the water completely drowning the earth there with all the rain they've been having. So these are things that are happening with Jupiter in also Taurus, enhancing Uranus's power. And Jupiter's getting close to meeting up with Uranus in April, and that is the big moment all the astrologers are waiting for and predicting will be a huge monumental time in our history on Earth that we will all witness together. So as we prepare for that, also understand that the moon today is in Taurus, and we're getting a preview of what's going to happen when we keep an eye on this weekend with Uranus squaring Venus in Aquarius as it goes through Pluto. Um, there's going to be some volatile times coming up personally and collectively. So just remain mutable as the sun moves into Pisces on Sunday. That will help the collective to be more mutable, more forgiving, more empathetic, more psychic, more intuitive, where we should really trust our gut, and just kinder and nicer to other people. But the bad side of Pisces sometimes is escaping, you know, um, and that's not the same as going to restore and take a nap and resting. Okay, escaping means you turn off your phone, you don't answer your door, you don't talk to anyone, and you go alone into the woods. That's different. Now, if you want to understand Pisces, Pisces love to nap. So this next coming month here, napping, doing rejuvenating things like taking hot baths and sea salts is really nice. Make sure you drink a lot of water. Be prepared for some huge floods maybe to come. Water is going to be involved again. As we saw with the moon in Cancer a little while ago, there was so much water. So this is the sun in Pisces for a month. So whatever, and right now you already see there's going to be a lot of rain coming in this weekend on both coasts of the USA, East and West Coast. And there's snow coming down now. There was hardly any snow in January. Now as Pisces season heats in, there's all kinds of snow happening in the mountains of America. So these are things we're thinking about this week. Be prepared to be emotional, empathetic, maybe needing to rest, maybe getting fed up by people, soaking up their energy. You have to go be by yourself, take a nap, rejuvenate, take a nice hot tub, and listen to music, watch movies. All these things that you want to enjoy, you can do it during Pisces season. And Pisces people that are spiritually connected usually are very in tune to their gut feelings. So that's something that you could do this month is start a meditation practice. Start some kind of therapy for yourself where you take a hot tub maybe once or twice a week. Just anything that will help you connect to yourself and your inner knowledge of who you are and what you want is what Pisces wants for you. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, is the 12th sign. It represents everything that came before it, all into the pot, into the water. It is everything thrown in like a big soup, and that's what a Pisces person is every sign inside of them is there. So being very sensitive every time the moon moves, every time the sun moves, the Pisces person feels all those things that the other people are feeling that are that sign. So that by the time you get here to Pisces season, the Pisces person is tired from traveling around the solar system for a year with the sun and the moon and everything else. So the Pisces person usually during their birthday time are very tired, want to rest. And with the stellium of Mercury, Venus, and Mars in Aquarius, which is Pisces' 12th house. So Pisces is very familiar with that Aquarius house because it is the 12th house. So it's the house behind Pisces in terms of it's the last sign for Pisces before it goes into its first house of Pisces. So in that way, Pisces has Aquarius as the 12th house where all of its endings are, all of its secrets are, all of its dreams and hopes are. So Pisces dreams are usually quite innovative and out of the box thinking, and that's what Steve Jobs was. Steve Jobs is a Pisces, and that's why he could do what he did because back here is the innovation. So it's pretty good, and I will be back next week. I appreciate you coming here and listening to me. And I really want to say a prayer for the Kansas City people and what happened there, and to everyone else that's been having a hard time and hang in there. It's going to be a bumpy ride this year as long as you stay flexible and trust in the universe's power to bring you what you want through meditation, through clarity of focusing on what you want. The universe will help you and answer your prayers. The universe wants to help you, is here to help you. So pray, meditate, exercise, sleep, nap, all those things. Listen to music, dance. Pisces love to dance. It's a great time to dance and sing and do all those little things that I love to. Talk to you soon. And thank you for coming by. I will see you next week. When? What's going to happen next week? It's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a full moon in Virgo. because now the sun is in Pisces, it's opposite sign. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be a big one. Big one. Again, be careful of flooding and lots of water in your house. Take care. All right. See you next week. Sending lots of love. Bye. Thank you.